everyone, and welcome back to Next Stitch Designs with me, Sylvia. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to crochet this very easy granny triangle bandana. So for today's video, I will be using this beautiful cotton cake yarn, which I just love. Look at these colors. They are just super beautiful. I love to work with cotton yarn during the summer as it feels so nice on your body and it just cools you down and it's just super comfortable to wear. So I like to use cotton for my summer projects, but of course you can use any yarn you like or prefer. This yarn is 100% cotton and it has got 210 meters or 230 yards, and it's a DK weight yarn, I would say. On the package, when I was ordering this yarn, it says Aran, but I would say it's more DK. So I would say it's DK as it's quite thin. But of course, you can use any yarn you like or prefer. For this yarn, I will be using 3.5 millimeters hook. You will need a pair of scissors, a yarn needle, and the tape measure later on. First, we are going to start with the slip knot. Hold your yarn and like so, wrap it around your two fingers and create a cross. Go under this first one, on top of the second one, pull it down and twist your hook. And this is your slip knot. Now, we are going to start with the chain of 4. Yarn over and pull through the loop you had on your hook. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, and yarn over, pull through. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 chains, and now we are going to create a ring. To do so, you are going to slip stitch into this very first chain right here. To do so, you are going to insert into this very first stitch, like so, yarn over, pull through, and pull through the loop you had on your hook, like so. And that's how you slip stitch. Now we have created this ring, as you can see, and we will be working right in the middle. So right here, do not work into the stitch. We'll be working right in the middle of our ring. But first, we are going to chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. And now we are going to work in our ring right in the middle. And in this ring, you will place 2 more double crochet. And this chain of 3 is counting as your first one. So we will create our first cluster. Yarn over, insert right in the middle. Yarn over, pull through. You have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through first 2, and yarn over, pull through 2, like so. And we need 1 more. Yarn over, insert, yarn over, bring it up, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. Now chain 2, 1 and 2, and we need to create 1 more cluster. So we will place 3 double crochet again in the middle of this ring to create our second cluster. Yarn over, insert, bring it up, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, and pull through 2, and we need 2 more. and the last one. Like so. So we have 3 double crochet, 3 double crochet, and chain of 2 between them, as this first chain of 3 is counting as our first double crochet. Next, we are going to chain 3. 1, 2, and 3, like so. And now we can turn our work. Now, where is your chain of 3 coming from? Right here. You will place 2 more double crochet, and this chain of 3 is counting as your first one. So altogether you will have 3 double crochet, and it will be your first cluster. So yarn over, insert, work your second double crochet, and 1 more, yarn over, insert, pull through 2 and pull through 2, like so. And that's your first cluster here. Your next cluster will be right under this chain of 2 in this space. So you will yarn over and place 3 double crochet, 1, 2, and 3. So every time I say cluster, you already know it will be 3 double crochet in the same place. Now we have our first cluster in this space, and now we need to chain 2 again, 1 and 2, and into the same space you will place another cluster. So 3 double crochet, 1, 2, and the last one, 3. So we have done cluster, chain of 2, cluster in this space under this chain of 2. Next, you are going to work your cluster on top of this chain of 3. So if you look from the top, it will be much easier to see these V's right here. So I'm going to yarn over and find the top of the chain, like so, and work my first double crochet, and you will need 2 more into the same place where you have done this first double crochet to create our cluster. So into the same place, place the second double crochet and the third one to complete your cluster, like so. So for this row 2, we have cluster, and then we have 2 clusters with the chain of 2 between them, and then we have cluster on top of this chain of 3. Next, you are going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and turn your work. And you will start again exactly the same as you did in this row 2. So where is your chain of 3 coming from? Into the same place you will place 2 more double crochet to create your first cluster. So into the same place, place 2 more double crochet, 1 and 2. So 1, 2, and 3 all together. And now you will see this space. Into this space you will place cluster. So 3 double crochet, 1, 2, and 3. And now you will place cluster, chain of 2 cluster into this middle space right here. So cluster, So 3 double crochet, 1, 2 and 3, chain 2 and cluster into the same space. So 1, 2 and 3, like so. Next, you will work your cluster in this space here. So 3 double crochet, 1, 2 and 3, and your last cluster will be again on top of this chain of 3. So just find the top of your chain. So your last cluster on top of this chain of 3. If you can't see from this side, have a look from this side and you can clearly see the V's. So just work your 3 double crochet like so, and work your first double crochet, 1, 2 and the last one, 3, like so. So for this row 3 we have done cluster, and this chain of 3 is counting as your first double crochet. Then we worked into this space here, then we worked cluster, chain 2, cluster under this chain of 2 in this space, then we have done cluster in this space, and then our last cluster is on top of this chain of 3 for this row 3. Chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and turn your work. And this is your pattern repeat. So you will, as you grow your triangle bigger and bigger, you will have more of these spaces on each side, as you can see. So for this row 4, I will have more spaces again, so I will work cluster here, and then in the middle it will be always the same. In the middle you will always place cluster, chain 2, cluster, and then on this side, as you can see, you have 2 spaces, and then your last cluster will be on top of this chain of 3. And as you grow bigger and bigger, you will have more of these spaces on each side, but you will always work exactly the same in the middle. Cluster, chain 2, cluster. So I will show you one more time. So we chained 3 and turned our work, so we can start row 4. Again, I will need 2 more into the same place where is my chain of 3 coming from. And chain of 3 is counting as my first double crochet. So I am creating my first cluster here. 1, 2, 3 double crochet into the same place. On this side I have space here and space here, so I will work cluster here, cluster, then into the next space work your cluster, and in the middle cluster, chain 2, cluster. The middle will be always the same. So cluster, chain 2 and cluster. Like so. Again, I have space here and space here, so I will place cluster, cluster, and then your last cluster will be on top of this chain of 3. like so. And that's how you are going to repeat for as many rows as you need. And as I said, as you get bigger and bigger, you will have more of these spaces on each side. As you can see, now I have 1, 2, and 3 on this side, 3 on the other side, but in the middle you will always work cluster, chain 2, cluster. And remember, always work your first cluster once you chain 3, and then you will add 2 more into the same place, and once you finish, you will have your last cluster on top of this chain of 3 on this side. So you will repeat it like so until you have 20 rows for this bandana, and once you have it, then I show you what to do next. So for my bandana, I have done 20 rows. As you can see, this cake is changing the color for you, and it's really interesting. And I would say every cake is changing the color in different ways, so it's super unique. But of course, if you want, you can change your color every 3 rows or every 5 rows. It's totally up to you. You can create your bandana the way you like. So once you have your 20 rows, we are going to turn it this way, and we are going to create a long chain. So as I don't know how many chains, I will do chain first, and then I will tell you how many I have and also the measurement. So simply once you finish, so if you are on this side here, as this is my right side, you finish like so, and then you turn it like this, so this straight line is here. So you will simply chain like so. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I will chain, and then I'll let you know how many I have. So I chain 80, but of course, if you want this chain to be longer, you can go even longer once you tie behind your head. So imagine this is your head, and it will go like so around your head, and these two will be right in the middle of your head. So I have 80, but of course you can go even longer. You can go up to 100. So for my bandana, I have 80. And now make sure it's not twisted. Your chain should be like so. And now we will work single crochet into the second chain from the hook. So this is the first one, this is the second one. So we will work single crochet into this second chain from the hook. Insert. And work single crochet. And you will work single crochet in every chain across. And once you come here, I show you what to do on this part. So I am done with my chain, as you can see, and I was working single crochet all the way down. Where is my bottom part of my triangle? So I am right here in this corner. And now, as you can see, on this side, you will have this chain of 3 right here, then right here, then right here, right here, and so on. So under this chain of 3, we'll be placing 3 single crochet all the way down to this corner right here. So let me just show you. So this is my first chain of 3 here, and I will place 3 single crochet like so. So 1, 2 and 3. Then I will find the next one. As you can see, these are our last clusters. So we have 1, 2, 3 double crochet, and then so we have 1, 2 double crochet, and this last double crochet, which was our chain of 3. So under this chain of 3, we are placing 3 single crochet like so. 1, 2 and 3. The next one is right here. So if you have gap like this, just ignore it and work under this chain of 3. 1, 2 and 3. And when these stitches will squeeze together, it will hide this gap, so not to worry. And this way it will look nice and neat. So 1, 2 and 3 here. Then find the next, which is here. So I'm ignoring this hole here, and place 3 single crochet like so into the next one. I really like the way these cakes are changing the colors for you. So ignore this here and work closer to the bottom part like so. So 1, 2 and 3 here. Next one is here, and so on. So you will work, and so on. So you will work 3 single crochet under this chain of 3. So this is your base, and then you will have 1, 2, 3. So try to work closer like so. So continue all the way, and when you come to this corner, I show you what to do next. And before we continue to the other side, I just wanted to show you how to deal with this middle part. So our start. So again, you have this chain of 3 here. So just place your 3 single crochet. 1, then you have this middle, so just ignore that and skip to the next chain of 3 here. And if you want, you can hide this yarn end, but I like to do it at the end. So I'm just gonna leave it and continue to the other side. Like so. And I am nearly at the end, and as you can see, I have this last one to do here. So I will place 1, 2 and 3 like so. And now I'm going to chain 80 again. So I had 80 here, so I will chain 80 here. So chain exactly the same as you did on this side. So I'm going to chain 80. And I have my chain of 80 here. And we are going to do exactly the same what we did on the other side. So we will work, let me just turn it the right way. So I chain 80. I will work single crochet into this second chain from the hook, and I will work all the way down. And once I come here to this corner, I will just finish right here. So let's just work single crochet into this second chain and work all the way down. Nice and tight. Continue all the way down. Once you come here, I show you how to finish it. And I am finishing here, and my last stitch will be slip stitch. So I will slip stitch into this very first stitch right here. So to slip stitch, you will insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, and pull through like so. Chain 1, and now we can fasten off like so. And we are done. All we have to do, just hide these ends. And we are all done. Before we finish, I am going to give you all the measurements. So for the chains, I have done, you remember I had 80 chains, but in measurements from the corner here all the way down, I have about 15.5 inch. So you should have exactly the same on the other side. So in centimeters, I have about 39.5 centimeters for these chains. And if you want the measurements for each side as well, I have 14.5 inch, of course 14.5 inch, and this longer, the longest side will be 21 inch. So these are the measurements of our bandana, and we are done. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Super easy, very cool for the summer, as this cotton cake was changing the colors for me. I didn't need to change anything. I was just working on my bandana, and it came out beautiful. I really love bandanas to wear during the summer, especially with the cotton yarn. It has got this beautiful, nice feeling on your body. So if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like it, share it, and of course don't forget to subscribe to my channel Unique Stitch Designs. And of course don't forget to find me on social medias. I am on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest and TikTok. Thank you very much for watching.